Aries, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do your reading for the month of May. We're going to take a look at your overall general energy, what you may not see coming, and get some important advice from Spirit. We've got quite a bit going on today. I actually have pre-shuffled some oracle messages for you. We're working with 3 oracle decks today. We have a lot of ground to cover. I can't wait to share with you what I've already discovered about the month of May for you, and then we're going to get into the tarot. Thank you for tuning in, for sharing this space with me today. It's a pleasure to welcome you back. Let's get started. Your first pre-shuffled oracle message today is Commander Ashtar. Commander Ashtar is a member of the Great White Brotherhood. Now, many of you, if you're aware of him, he is a benevolent galactic being. He's part of a congregation of light beings who are here to bring healing to the world. This card says, take charge, lead by example, walk your talk, Aries. So he's a wonderful guide to those who feel called to bring positivity, healing, and inspiration to those around them. You are receiving the call to action, Aries, for this month of May, and you're being asked to step up. So this is about creating the change you want to see in the world, and specifically in your life with the things that you're trying to create. This is that let's hit the ground running right after your birthday month, beginning this new solar year for you. Feeling the energy, like that oomph. You're getting an oomph, and that big oomph. You're taking that energy, and you're also being asked in this second deck. This is from the Keepers of the Light Oracle, which is a profound deck. Everything's in my description box if you want to buy these decks for yourself. The next one comes by way of the Sacred Force Oracle deck, and this is about pure spirit, purification, Aries. Your energy field is being cleansed of all it doesn't need during the month of May. As you can see here with the pine and the snow, it's a feeling of peace overcoming you after a difficult time, okay? This is about releasing what doesn't serve, support, or empower you. This is about cleansing your body, your environment, decluttering, going through a purification process. So this month, you're going to be called to action around purifying your space, purifying your body, purifying your thoughts, clearing out the old from the previous year so you can begin anew. Can't wait to see what the tarot brings. All right. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Aries for the month of May. Thank you for your guidance. Let's see what's happening. I'm so curious. Ooh, yes. Fated change. I think you've been really holding out for what is your destiny, Aries. You don't want to do anything you don't feel totally 100% aligned with. Right? Moving forward, releasing. You're definitely letting go. I'm getting this too, this like willingness to surrender to your empowered place, the place of your seat of empowerment. You're surrendering to a deeper part of you. Current energies, Aries. Current energies. Current energies. Spirit, show me the current energies for Aries. What's happening for Aries for May? Woo! Wow, that one to come flying out. Way too many. Ten of Swords, though, I think this is death to the old, Aries. Death to the old, Aries. You bring that with you, but that layer, it's almost like, and I liken this in my readings this last week to the collective has a new ring, an outer ring of enlightenment that is infiltrating the collective after these energy shifts, these huge energy shifts in May. It's slowly infiltrating all of our cells, bathing us in this beautiful light, and it's a new ring. And so you've left your previous ring of operating behind, your previous software. You've upgraded. And now you're operating in this new vibe, and it's like getting used to it, which does require you to release the old. When we say that, it really is the intention, setting that intention, and doing the actions around that. All right. So it's twofold. You release the old, what doesn't serve you, right? What isn't empowering you or support you, so you can make space for what will. King of Cups, crossed by the 3 of Pentacles. Woo! You're bringing your heart along with you in dream building, team building. You could be working on a project. These are your co-collaborators in work, But I can't help but think this might have to do with a love situation because the King of Cups is here. Emotional maturity, the fullness of your heart when it comes to really wanting to get on the same page with someone. The challenge, the moon, the uncertainty of it all. So why we even watch tarot? Because I want to know what's happening. What's the mystery here? And some things need to stay a mystery. But the challenges here is what is unknown, what is hidden. We'll see what that is. Recent past, ooh, justice. This feels like you meeting somebody, something being made right in a connection. Something coming into balance inside as well. You coming into balance with you coming into, which is translated into you coming into balance with your life, with the world around you. Page of Swords, ooh, yeah. Page of Swords is that willing to cut away to the truth. He's got a sword. He's learning how to use it. Interesting. There's some hidden things here. I can't wait to uncover and go deeper. Near future, the Hierophant. You could be walking towards a commitment here, if I didn't know any better. We've got major arcana on either side between the past and the future. Bridging that is the willingness to get on the same page, the hope of getting on the same page. You could be really working towards committing to something. Very important. Learning and growing along the way. Trying not to worry about what you don't know, right? The Lovers, Aries. You might be making an important decision around love this month. Dare I say. Or the continuation of love. All right. Yeah. That's the boomstick. If anyone doesn't know what that is, this is also a card of new growth. You can see the shoots coming off of this and the hand of God reaching out. Divine inspiration. This could be you being divinely inspired in your work life and in your love life this month. I'm getting goosebumps already. What is this decision? This is fated. I feel like this is a fated connection. And we've been getting this, Aries, but it's been a little bit, whoa, you know? Fated connections. They come in and they take your world by storm. Either this is still a mystery, or this is such a deep, this feels like deep. This is a very, very, very deep. This has the potential to be a very deep love. We're talking deeper than deep. The deepest reservoirs of your heart are being ignited here. Something very powerful is happening, Aries. To your emotional body. You're feeling greater access to your heart space. This is fated depth. This fated emotional releasing. I think you have someone in your life who makes you very emotional. In a good way. What's the Lovers here for the month of May, Aries? I'm holding my breath. I'm like so excited to see what's going on here for you. What is happening here, Aries, with the Lovers? A loving bond, a loving connection, a choice in love. That came flying out. Six of Pentacles. Two people giving and receiving love. Ooh. Some sort of repression going on, though. There's a little bit of repression here. That's what you're trying to work through. There's some things that are some restrictions. I think you're trying to break through the restrictions this month around giving and receiving and a connection and moving forward. Because there's been either a pause or a hesitation, and it's been a little bit wonky. It's been a little jerky. You know, one of those, you know, it's like if you've got one foot on the gas pedal, one foot on the brake, or they do, or you both do, and it's like, and you're like, are we just gonna go already? Like, are we just gonna like, why is this, you know? It's like a start, stop, and I don't feel like it's like a cyclical in and out. I think it's literally like, you know, when you first rev an engine and it's like not ready to like turn, and it's like, all right, we're gonna get it. So you could be trying to like give to a situation and get it moving forward, but there's been some obstacles. And I feel like there's a clearing out of whatever restrictions were in the way. Some of these restrictions feel external to me, but we'll get into that. They'll probably come up in the rest of the spread here. Let's see your recent past with the Justice. Something coming into balance. Ooh, a new opportunity with the Knight of Wands. The Three of Swords. Sorry. Nine of Swords, Three of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. So you did have in the recent past something that you wanted to go toward, but you had to wait. And in the waiting, it caused you to create a lot of stress. You or this person, both of you, there was a lot of stress because it wasn't coming together fast enough or smoothly enough. It wasn't smooth. And I think that it took a while for things to come back into balance, for both of you to get on the same page at the same time in your hearts. There was some sort of, I think there was like a hesitation here. I don't know if it was on, probably what happened is one person was hesitant, then it made the other person hesitant, then you both got hesitant, and everything was up in the air. And there was a lot of overthinking. Too much in the head, not enough in the heart. Well, y'all, both of you, one of you, there's some dropping down in the heart now. And what do you do now? There's a lot of feelings that are starting to develop. There's a lot of stress and anxiety in the recent past. But I do see overall things have gotten into a better place of balance. I think there's indecision about, is this something I'm going to have to wait for? This could have been you two waiting on a new connection, new people, new energies, new opportunities, and feeling held back, Aries. And sometimes when we feel like we're waiting on something to arrive, we can overthink it. We can get stressed out about it. We can get anxious. And Spirit was saying, just balance. Try not to worry. Don't stress about the things you can't control. What's the opportunity here with the Page of Swords? You're using this sword, you're learning. I feel like you're learning a lot about what it takes to be patient with your heart. That one to come out. Six of Swords. Heading towards a new experience. Yes, I knew it. We have the Six of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. I think this process of waiting, this push-pull, start-stop, it's allowed you to drop into you and really start. I mean, this isn't just about giving to a new love connection or the hesitation around love. This has a lot to do, too, with the hesitation around building the team, the support system in your work life to manifest new opportunities. I think there's been a waiting period for you. Sometimes we go inward and things feel like they're stalling, and then we start overthinking our paths, our purpose, our next steps, our new chapters. And you're showing me, all right, I'm really ready to collaborate with the right people. I'm bringing my heart in. I'm not going to hold anything back. I've got a new connection in love that's been giving me a little bit of problems. I've been waiting for a long time for something that really excites me. The opportunity for the rest of this month is to continue to learn. You are moving towards investing in a brand new opportunity. You could be putting a lot of work into upgrading your own lifestyle, investing in you. Your opportunity this month is to invest more so in your own stability, in your own success than anything else. This is definitely on your mind, this love connection. At the same time, you were moving towards a new opportunity for success. We're talking about career success. Don't lose sight of everything you're learning and growing. I think you're opening up into a new opportunity to invest in, whether it's a new job, a new project, because you have people that are coming, there are new people coming into your life, Aries, or they've already come into your life, and now this is about planning it out, figuring it out. You could even be traveling. Six of Swords is the card of travel. You've been waiting on an opportunity. You could be traveling towards something that's going to lead to a lot more success. Interesting. But what I see here is no matter what you're traveling to or what you're moving toward, it is a fertile landscape. I mean, this is the yellow brick road. It feels like you're going down the right path because while you're going down this path, you're very, very in tune with you and what you need to stay stable and secure in your path, no matter what. What is this hidden energy of the moon? Temperance, the 3 of Cups, and the 9 of Wands. You know, not the hidden energy, is this depth of emotion that we're talking about. I think you've been trying to come into balance with yourself, with your community, with the people around you. There's something that's been glowing up inside of you, Aries, for a while now. And I think this month you're going to break through a lot of these ways of operating where it was your wounding that would inform you when it came to relating to the people around you. You're coming into divine balance inside. You've been growing and learning. And I think you've called in new people that are like, I call it your growth edge, where they have the capacity to show you a lot about yourself. And I think you're willing to surrender to that self-love, that self-acceptance, that self-healing, that purity of your spirit as you're being called to action. Whatever remains hidden from you, all you need to do is not respond by your wounding and instead come from that balanced place within. When it comes to relating to anyone, the 3 of Cups, it feels like all of your relationship, Aries, every relationship you have, you're coming at it from a different perspective, from the fullness of your heart, not your fear or your anxiety or a state of repression of self. So fascinating, because this challenge is maintaining balance when our wounding is being triggered, when it comes to relating to people. And some of it's around the things that you don't know, that you can't see. So I think you're starting to become a lot more self-aware, especially around what you're learning and what you're releasing. I think you're clearing the way for this new path of independence, of being secure, of being in balance, and really releasing the wounding. You have been doing, and you currently are doing a lot of shadow work. And once we hit that point in our shadow work where we're not letting the shadow govern how we respond to life, we're letting our soul self respond to life, it changes everything. You're showing me you're very committed to being in balance. We have the Temperance, we've got the Justice here, the 6 of Pentacles, this desire for equality. And that a lot of that has to do with how you give to yourself, Aries, while you're giving to other people. What's the Hierophant here? I do believe you have got an important connection, that you were maintaining your independence as well as getting to know this individual. And things have been I feel like there's been a little bit of repression, of holding back, of being patient as this opportunity unfolds. The Hierophant, the 10 of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Wheel. You know what? I think that you've had to be very patient, and sometimes when we have to wait for a connection to really come together, it can bring up every worst fear, every wound, every fear, every feeling of rejection. But as these wounds have been resurfacing again and again, you're actually looking at them, and you're realizing what it takes for you to release the past so you can start fresh. I think that you're working towards committing to something, to someone, for a long time. 10 of Pentacles is a very long time. This is a fated connection. You are making the choice to commit deeply to another. And all the fears that come up around that, of letting your heart surrender to someone, to learning from that, to learning from the connection itself, because it's an evolutionary process when 2 people come together and you evolve over time. If you're with someone now, a lot of you're not, because I'm seeing you single, and now it's like, ooh, I think I want to get into this commitment, but it's bringing up all of these wounds, and I'm having to be patient. Like, this isn't happening the way I expected. But what's really interesting is, out of the unexpected, what has occurred is you actually ending codependency here. And codependency is whenever we put a lot of unnecessary expectations on other people and we start to depend on other people for our own well-being. It comes in so many like deceptive ways, codependency. And I think what you're learning ultimately is that in order for you to be on the same page with someone, to be in balance, to really be open, you must at all times be 100% committed to you first. So when there's an issue that comes up and someone is spiking something in you, you don't respond out of your wounding. You respond out of your self-awareness. You slow it down. You communicate. You open up to each other. You create that safe space. I think you've had deep fear around investing in something that might not work out. Because you're showing me, I've gotten wounded in the past, Jenna. I've gotten wounded and I don't want this to wound me again. I don't want to hurt. Life is all about the avoidance of pain, right? We avoid it. So we will make decisions based on wanting to avoid pain. Instead of welcoming in something new, we're also worried about losing it at the same time. And you're working on that part of yourself that can completely open up to a commitment, trust in it completely, and surrender your heart in a very pure way. And not holding back any part of yourself to appease someone else. I think you're learning how to be completely you in a connection. And this doesn't have to mean that it's a new person. Some of you, this is a desire to give to a connection where things have been stressful. And you've been learning how to be more independent, Aries. When it comes to the energies you're connected to deeply. How can you love deeply and still maintain your separate self? That's very hard for us to manage in our physical reality. How can you stay committed to someone without losing yourself? And that's what I'm seeing here. You're saying, I'm going to commit to this and I'm going to stay true to me too. I'm going to listen to myself above all. What's this passionate new beginning here? The hidden truth, the Ace of Wands. Three of Pentacles again, Seven of Wands, Ace of Cups. So you're standing up for love. You're showing me I'm standing up for love. I'm going to do it. I'm going to surrender this. I'm going to do it. I think you've been hesitant, Aries. You've been hesitant to believe in something because you've been disappointed before. Might be somebody that you're just friends with right now. Because we have the Three of Cups here in the challenge, and you don't want to just be friends. But for some reason, it's as though when things start out with a friendship and you really get to know somebody first without immediately going into, oh, this is going to be the end-all be-all love of my life. Was that Taylor Swift song that I heard recently, the LOML, the loss of my life. How many times do you go into connection like, this is the person? And then after you're like, no, not the person. That was the biggest loss. You're showing me that you've had a great deal of stress, anxiety, and loss in your past. You've been patient when it comes to coming back into balance, when it comes to going after new opportunities. You've been so patient, Aries, and I want to acknowledge that. You've been extremely patient. More patient than probably you thought you could be, especially with what's been unfolding. But out of that, though, you've maintained your integrity. You remained true to yourself. And I think you're entering a commitment or deepening a commitment. You could be going to the next level in a connection. There's been anxiety and stress around that. Are we going to get married? Are we going to move in together? Are we going to be in a commitment? And I'm seeing that, yes, once and for all, there's clarity, there's love here. That's the thing. And this is something I'm learning too. Can you love for the sake of love? Just love. Can you be love? Can you act from love without the expectation of it always being mine, always being yours, no matter what? See, when we cling to love, that's codependency. When you rely on love for your well-being, That's codependency. You rely on yourself for your well-being. You see the difference? You rely on you for your love and your happiness. Then everything else is extra. And two whole people coming together is better than two halves coming together, I can tell you that. So Aries, I think you're approaching love in a completely different way. It's been a very long wait. And it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. I can tell you that. It's going to be worth it. Let's get some advice from Spirit. You've manifested. I think you've had to be very strong in what you believe in. I think you believe in whatever you've manifested recently. There's like this inner knowing, but then there was doubts that were coming up along the way around this new beginning. You've manifested this new beginning, Aries. It's time to take the leap. I think you're finally going to take the leap. There's been a lot of hesitation, a lot of spurts and sputs and like just, is that even a word? Spurts and, yeah, sputtering. Like that, you know, it's like, is this car going to go anywhere? We're just going to sit here. We're going to go 5 feet and then stop again. It's like there's been this connection hasn't been easy, Aries. Yeah, it's been taking forever. Knight of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. Here's the thing too. When Spirit slows us down, when we want to go full speed ahead, it can create a lot of stress. I mean, these are two opposing forces. Let's take our time. Let's be patient. Let's plant these seeds carefully. This is, let's just go as fast as we possibly can. Now, have you done this a lot in love? You've been love bombed. You know what it's like, right? Whoa, this person wants to marry me. And they think that I'm the love of their life and we just met a month ago. Whoa, okay. Versus, is this ever going to happen? Like, I care about this person. We're friends, but are we ever going to even be together? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm getting to know them, but two completely different paths. And you know what happens is they stress you out. But see, what about the middle path? Have you done that yet? And I think yes, you have. You're doing it now. And that's why this feels different. You're not used to the middle path, Aries. A lot of times we live in these extremes to learn from them. So when we actually meet someone that we're really compatible with, that we're aligned with, even if it's like you're trying to break conditioning, patterning, wounding around the beginning of love and how every other beginning happened. And what is different this time? You're different. You can sit here and you can stress because what's familiar is the too slow and the too fast. And I think that what's happening is this month there's going to be a giddy up. And there's going to be in the near future. I believe sometime this summer you're going to be committing to someone. This person that you're getting to know, where you feel like you can't completely trust in it yet. You know what? You only have one dance when it comes to a new person in your life. I say that the best relationships are ones that are a slow burn. You don't want to fall fast in love. You want to fall slowly and safely in love. And I think that you're doing that and it feels so weird. It feels so weird. But you're going to be getting on the same page here. For those of you who it's someone you've been dealing with, things are going to be picking up speed in the commitment itself. Big fated changes are coming around this love connection. You've got a brand new beginning here, Aries. There's really no reason to be stressed unless you start getting everything up into the mind. I mean, we start here with the base energy. Your best approach to stay on the same page is to drop into your feelings and your heart and not be afraid. Your other pre-shuffled oracle message is the card of motion. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. That is the sacred earth oracle. It is just gorgeous. Cause and effect. Know what you want for the future and act accordingly. Be aware of the forces influencing your decisions. A spoke in the will is a minor setback, not a disaster. See? The sputtering I was getting. Deal with it quickly and move on. Shifting a single limiting belief will release a flood of creativity, insight, and confidence. Replace hoping for change with acting for change. You have the power to free yourself from the lingering sense of guilt and fear that is holding you back. You can choose to let go or you can hold on. This card encourages you to release the blocks in your otherwise divine plan and be free. Remove the debris of doubt and be moved to hope as love and clarity flow within you once more. Precisely. And I pulled this before this tarot. Insight. Everything is in constant motion. Coastlines, continents, and mountains are all moving. Some things move much slower than others, and movement can be imperceptible. Our planet is moving. So even as we sit still, we are changing our position in space. And all that movement has a cause. Every movement is caused by another, going all the way back to the first movement, the very first act at the point of creation. Motion is predictable and largely mechanical. Setting a goal or a dream in motion is not a mysterious undertaking. It is mechanical. It requires action. The act of study moves ignorance to knowledge. A first attempt brings you closer to achievement. An act of love moves chaos to harmony. Newton's first law of motion states that every object will remain at rest or in uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change its state by the action of an external force. Likewise, people rarely change course unless compelled to do so by something outside of themselves. Knowing your underlying motives, the forces that compel you, can predict your direction, but it's your actions that take you there. You know what? I believe this month you're taking bold, determined action towards a connection, towards your heart, and towards your own abundance and stability and security. I believe there's larger forces at play here. In the very act of creation, I do believe that you've been going through a cause and effect. And this is that beautiful, delicate dance when two people come together and all of those shadow aspects are ignited. Deep down, way deep down, is a well of love. And I think that if you take anything away from this reading, Aries, be committed to love. I actually bawled my eyes out. It was like, what, MD Motivator? I don't know why, but I needed a good cry. The Scorpio moon, I'm reading around the eve of the moon here. And I watch these videos of people doing these beautiful acts of kindness and paying it forward. Like, if you get someone, if you've seen these videos where basically he's helping someone, but they have to make a choice, right, to help him first. And then they don't know it, that he's blessing them. And then if they further bless other people, and what I find interesting is a lot of people who are willing to be kind, they've had a difficult path. Whether they're refugees or they're moving from where they've grown up in their country to come to America and start their dream. This is about being committed to love and action. And you're doing that in every way, Aries, and it's beautiful. I just wanted to mention that you might be feeling a lot of emotion in the month of May, especially around a connection, because I do believe that you are in the past, you were unsure if this was the right connection for you or the right choice. And this has evolved over time in unpredictable ways. And I do believe coming into the future, I am seeing that this is, whatever hesitation was there, it's led to this moment coming toward you. You're going into a commitment, or you are deepening a commitment in the month of May, Aries. And I think you're ready for it. So take care.